All right, New Jack, this next story I'm about to tell come from the bro Latrell. Now, y'all got to bear with me because it's not my story, but I'm going to tell it the best I can, okay? So the bro say he locked up with this dude. It was just him by himself, and he used to get medications. So what he would do is stack up all his medication until he got a lot of it, and then he'll take it to get high. And he'll constantly do this. He'll stack up that medication 3 or 4 days, save it, take it, get high. Then all of a sudden, his little clique started to expand. And they would all do this. They started calling them the Med Boys. They would all get their medication, stack it up for 2 to 3 weeks so they all can get high. So this shit started to play out. They wasn't getting high quick enough and long enough. And they were still buying other drugs from other inmates in the prison. So after 30 days, these guys get put on workforce. And what they started doing was stealing all different kind of chemicals from workforce. They even stole funnels and different shit to mix this shit in, right? So, they'll take this shit and stack it up for weeks back in their cell because they couldn't get them chemicals like that. But this prison is an inmate on inmate prison. That means you guarded by other inmates and you get away with a lot in a prison like that. So these dudes stacking these chemicals up for weeks and weeks. The bros say for about 2 weeks they stacked this shit up, stealing as much as they could, different chemicals every single chance they get. So after they done inquire all the chemicals they need or whatever, they in they cell one particular night mixing up different concoctions trying to get high. Now it got a dude right across from they cell. Well, dudes, they can see him, but it's this one particular dude that was just calling out everything they was doing. Yeah, they mixed this up, and that shit ain't get them high. Man, these niggas drinking that shit. Now, these dudes, day by day, they getting sick trying to mix this shit up. But this night in progress I'm talking about, they just gotta find something because they ain't got no money, they ain't got no medication, so they desperately trying to find something to get them high. So they mixing up different shit, trying it, they drinking it, they inhaling it. Dude said at one point they mixed up some shit while they mixing up some other shit. That shit got hard and looked like ice, which is glass, meth. But they tried to smoke that shit. That shit ain't work. Now, these particular dudes is the kind of dudes that'll spray paint in a bag and try to get high off that shit. They'll try to get high off glue. That's what the bro Latrell say. These dudes would do anything to get high. They just natural junkies. So back to this night. They mixing up everything and this shit ain't working. They drinking shit. Shit, man. Nah, man. I mean, one dude even burnt himself. He done mixed up some shit and this shit turned into acid. They don't even know what they doing. They don't know shit about chemicals, So they steady doing it and dude laughing and joking off them the entire night. So I guess dudes get tired of watching them, mix this shit up. So they start dropping off to sleep. But these dudes keep going on with their mission, trying to find something that works. Dudes say in the middle of the goddamn night, all they hear is, boo! This big ass explosion. And them dudes running around, they burning. They on fire. Now everybody in their cell ain't doing this. It's just this select 2 dudes that's actually in this cell at the time mixing this shit up. But they light they other cellmates on fire. And the COs come in, but they not going up there because they burning and shit keep exploding. Now remember, they've been putting chemicals in their cell. Every day they'll steal a different chemical. Now they got all kind of shit throughout their cell that's exploding. So the COs, they not risking their life to save these dudes who done harbored all these goddamn dangerous ass chemicals. Even though they don't know nothing about chemicals, this shit can actually, be chemicals that manufacture bombs and shit. That's all these dangerous ass chemicals they got in prison for agriculture, for horse breeding and horse this for cars, whatever. You know, I don't know the chemicals they had, but there's some dangerous shit. So the bro Latrell say shit explode for about 10 minutes straight. Boom, 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 boom. Cause they was allowed to stack all this shit in their cell because whoever their supervisor was, whatever inmate trustee, wasn't doing his job. And wasn't no shakedowns happening in this prison. So this shit keep happening. These dudes screaming and hollering, they burning, running around this cell. The bro say it takes the COs about 20 minutes after the last thing explode to go in their cell. But by the time they go in their cell, ain't nobody moving, ain't nobody trying to run out their cell. They just burning. It's over. Them dudes is gone. Can you imagine that shit? You ain't got nothing to do with mixing these damn chemicals or getting high or none of that shit like that. But you don't want to get on these dudes' bad side and they shank your ass in your sleep or you in a goddamn match to the end with one of these dudes. Bro say that cell burned and burned and burned and these dudes burned and they come with the fire extinguisher putting these dudes out. But just to get high, these niggas blew theyself to a crisp. Man, I had to come share this with you guys because when I heard this shit flipped me out. Yeah, New Jack, this story from the bro Latrell. I'll see you back with more.